Hey everyone, it's Jen with Bjorem Speech, and by the time you open this video in your email, I will be in Spain. My husband and I are going to go visit our daughter who is studying in Spain this semester, and so I'll be posting pictures on my Instagram at Bjorem Speech, so take a peek and see what we're doing. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about co-articulation. We've all heard about it. We all kind of know that it impacts speech in different ways, but sometimes even as therapists, we forget. I even catch myself forgetting sometimes and having to go back and say things out loud and correct myself, especially when I'm teaching very young kids new sound combinations and that co-articulatory movement between words and sounds. So I usually speak to my families about this phenomenon in very simple manner and really encourage them to say words out loud and listen to the sounds and how they say it rather than how the words are spelled. For example, we don't necessarily always put that final T on don't. And a lot of times we'll just go in and say, I don't know, instead of saying, I don't know. So that N influences that T on the end of don't, and we kind of take that out and almost just do a flap with our tongue. So I don't know. So it's not a hard T. And sometimes when you're teaching words independent or in isolation, especially with young kids with apraxia, you think more about how they're spelled and what the final sound or the beginning sound or the middle sound is there, and don't really think about how we would use that in connected speech and how co-articulation, impacts those words. So, then my daughter was running around saying, I do not know. And I'm like, wah, no. We had to take a step back and really work on, I don't know, and using that faster and that flap or that flip of the tongue instead of saying, I do not know or I don't know. Another word would be stop. So if you say the word stop out loud, is your T sound a T or is it a D? Stop, stop. So many times when I'm working on those S blends, stop, I'll use a TikTok sound and then I'll have to hit myself in the head and say, you know what, I probably should pull out my drum sound and say stop, stop, because it sounds more like a D than a T, even though it's spelled with a T. Another good one would be toys. So, the word toys, many times that S is turned into a Z. Toys, toys. Get out your toys. Sometimes it's an S and sometimes it's a Z. So you really need to think about how you are teaching it and how parents say it and how you want to work with kids saying it. Cut, cut. Do you cut your paper or do you cut your paper? Do we add that final T? Do we not add that final T? So again, encourage your families to really think about how they say words. I think those are all my examples I had written down. Oh, I've got a really good one. Another co-articulation one that I posted in some of my other videos is how to facilitate why. So automatically for yes, we start with that E sound, that long E sound. So a lot of times I will almost skip the yak card, the yucky card when I'm teaching like yes or yellow or yeah to young kids, and I'll have them start with that long E, that eating E card. Yeah, yes, yellow. So we don't get a flat Y or a different substitution or a deletion, so that we've got that co-articulatory movement. That tongue goes back. It helps with that facilitation of yes, yes, yes. So those were my examples today. So when you're working with kids, just remember to think about it yourselves and also encourage your families to think about it. It's so funny because they'll be sitting in the chair and say, I never even thought of that, but that's so true, especially with those very young kids. All right, have a great day. Keep an eye out for my Instagram and all my Spain pics. Talk to you soon. Bye.